my darling Fumination. How are you? How are we? Hello, my darling Candace.
Oh,
Hello, my darling Candace. Erika. Darling, yes, Fumination, say hello to our beautiful Aretha. We've got so much to talk about that I am spitting out Candace before I can even have a thought in my head. But you know what? It's an interesting show. Take it away, my love.
Good morning, Auntie Fumi. Good morning, Fumi Nation. Oh my days. These internet streets have been ablaze, a buzzing with Candace and Erika. There's so much to talk about.
There is so much to talk about. Let me start by putting a little something up just to tickle your fancy. This, my darlings, yes, all over social media. This is Erika and Candace in one after meeting each other.
They are fused.
They are now fused. This is the new baby for 2026. I thought you would get a kick up out of it.
Oh, wonderful. So what are we calling this? Is this Kerika?
I like that. Candica.
Candica. Yes, Candica. Because now they are both singing from the same hymn book. They are both united.
They are both united from the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know that Tucker Carlson, this is Christmas season? Happy holidays, Fumination. Happy holidays to Aretha Athletics. I love every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, Christmas and New Year, just in case I forget. But there are lots of holiday parties that transpire every year. Big companies, entertainers, Hollywood, they all do this. And that does not exempt Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson had a happy holiday party, of which our beautiful Candace, who has been scared for her life, does not have enough security, yada, 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 a long shopping list, actually attended the event. Also, the Turning Point USA family was there. Let me bring that up for your eyes, my darling.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes. There you go.
Oh, okay. So who's in this pic? Okay, we've got Marjorie Taylor there. Are those people? Oh, and this is the
let me tell you, as she terrorizes the family and friends and colleagues of his friend Charlie Kirk with her deranged and dangerous conspiracy theories, Candace Owens gets 2 photos on Tucker Carlson's Instagram grid from his Christmas party. And here, also at this Christmas party, were the Turning Point USA family members. I think there are 650 of them that are hired at Turning Point USA. And this is Candace, who says, I'm afraid for my life. I can't go out. I'm going to be killed, this, that, and the third. But she's out here having a good old time. I know I'm coming out blazing. I know that we have not even started the episode. But I said to myself, you know what? Let us get a healthy footage of what is happening to our beautiful and wonderful Candace, of whom, by the way, I don't mind. I don't hate her at all. We disagree on a lot of stuff. But the thing is that I think now, for the first time, her followers that fed into every single thing she said have got egg on their face, and they don't like it.
Agreed. So, before we even get started, when was that Tucker Carlson party? When was that?
This past weekend.
Oh, past weekend. Okay, and I'm just trying to think, and how does that align with her meeting with Erika? Was that before or after? That was before the meeting with Erika, I think.
I think that it was before meeting Erika, but I think negotiations for the meeting had already gone underway. The point I'm trying to make is that Erika and Candace. Okay, let me slow down for a minute. Do you remember when we first came out talking about this Erika and Candace saga? I said that it was very strange. It was very strange that she was such good friends with Charlie. Remember, I said that.
You did, yeah.
I didn't get into it. It was just human psychology.
Yes, you did say that.
You and I started our collaboration shows this year. Not
Yes.
even in the middle of the year. You understand me?
Towards the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had come back from New York from the event.
Yes.
Okay. And you had already come, you've already come to the house. You've already met Ula. Okay.
Yes.
Hypothetically say, God forbid, anything happened to me. You would take my phone number and you would call it in hopes of getting Ula. You would have
Yes.
come to the house to say, Ula, I had no other way. I wanted to extend. I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of Adrian.
Yes. 100%.
Okay, that's just simple human psychology.
Yes. Just basic human decency for someone. Exactly. We're close, but the way Candace has said this is her best friend. So you're
On,
absolutely right.
on top of which, Charlie, and if I can find it, let me try and find it. Charlie said, oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find this.
No,
She's a great friend. Look, I don't agree with everything Candace says, but you know what I don't do? I don't stop being friends with people just because people morally blackmail me. I don't do that, and you shouldn't either. Look, I have different views on things as Candace. I have different views on Israel than Candace. I have different views on a lot of geopolitics. But honestly, I traveled the country with Candace. I went to her wedding. I saw her meet her husband. I went to Israel with Candace, which is a fun story I'll tell you at some point. But what I don't like is when people demand, you must stop being friends with somebody. Whoa. That's a left-wing tactic. Don't do that. I'm not saying you do that, but other people do that. We should never resort to that. In fact, if you believe what I believe, shouldn't you want me to be friends with people that don't agree with us? Shouldn't you want me to also be a tool of influence? And so I think the world of Candace. She's a great mother. She certainly has very, very fun opinions at times. And she's a great talent. She says a lot of stuff that sometimes I don't agree with, but that's what makes our relationship and our friendship interesting. My advice to all of you, you might not like somebody, but never tell somebody like me to stop being friends with somebody on an interpersonal level just because of disagreement. It's bad. It's what the left does, and we should rise above it as conservatives. Thank you.
Right.
Do you hear from his mouth? This is somebody that I met. I met her husband as she met her future husband.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me that Erika, at no point in time, and Candace never met, yet Candace just had a baby this year, that she would not have said, Candace, congratulations on your baby. This is for the baby because I'm a mother, you're a mother now.
Exactly.
And they went to go and have a meeting privately. I don't know why. And I said this in my last episode, that it would be the edited version of which we would listen to. Because I did not know why Candace, who is so brazen, who is always so bold, who is very straightforward, who is so eloquently speaking, you would have a meeting behind the scenes, which was not recorded, by the way, to only come and serve your followers breadcrumbs because you thought that they were that stupid. Well, Erika Kirk and Candace Owens met yesterday. We are yet to find out the details of their meeting, but they decided that they were going to what? They were going to come together and end the cat fight. We have Erika Kirk, who says, Candace Owens and I are meeting for a private in-person discussion on Monday, December the 15th. Candace Owens and I have agreed that the public discussions, live streams, and tweets are on hold until after this meeting. I look forward to a productive conversation. Thank you. And Candace now co-signs that and says, I am looking forward to this discussion. Here's the thing. So are we looking forward to it? Yes, I'm looking forward to hearing what edited version they are going to give us. I was saying to myself, I wonder if this conversation will be recorded, if this conversation will be put onto YouTube for all of us to watch. Will there be cameras? Will there be a film crew so that we can hear how this all went down? The edited version, as far as I'm concerned.
Girl, everyone thinks we're enemies.
You're a fucking genius.
We got this shit in the bag.
It's funny how nobody realizes we work for the same people. I mean, how stupid can society be?
They're so stupid. I think I'm going to hop on the podcast tomorrow and say you're a reptilian lizard person. It should spare us a couple days.
That's perfect. You saw my Fox News interview, right? Everyone thinks my eyes changed and shit. So stupid.
Exactly. So, You're absolutely right. Everything you've said is spot on, because we've even seen events now where Candace and Erika have been present. They have each other's number, and I think up until now, first of all, let me say I've been a Candace fan. I liked Candace. It's the whole Brigitte Macron story.
I live for Candace.
So do I.
Candace. Candace has to be amongst us, unless it's going to be boring. We need to have, again, just like Charlie said, we have to have people that we can have a healthy argument about.
Exactly.
That we agree to disagree. You and I disagree. You understand me? We agree to disagree. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make, and I cannot believe that I'm saying this because I wanted to believe better of this. In my comment section, so many people have said, Fumi, I feel that Candace is a grifter, that she just grifts, that she just picks up, stuff to talk about.
What is a grifter? I've heard that terminology a lot, but I don't know what it means. Oh, what, sorry?
Low-key con artist. That's the only way I can describe it.
That's harsh.
Okay. A low-key con. It's a con. You're only doing it for the chick. Hold on, let me.
I've seen it. A person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
And this is why I said it. I don't believe Brigitte Macron is a man. I don't believe it. I believe that she grifted this, that she said this because she had a lot of following, that they went on along with it, and she just flew with it. I agreed with the Justin Baldoni case. That was how I discovered Candace. A lot of people said, for me, how could you not have known Candace before? Darling, I've got a life. I've got a life. I've got other things. You really think I'm on social media, the amount of time that I am on social media? You think I go back into... No, I need to take a break and decompress. It's not everybody I know. But from Candace, I discovered Tucker Carlson. From Candace, we found out about all of these politicians that are trying to keep the Republican in office when Trump leaves.
Exactly.
It's all politics. Don't ever get it twisted. And I am seeing it now. And what's happening is that it's imploding within them. We Democrats are just sitting down looking and saying, oh wow. And I don't want to get into politics, but that's where it has got into.
That's where we are, exactly.
That is where we are, or that's where we are coming to find out. They all roll together. It's like WW wrestling. I hate wrestling more than anything. The little comfort I do have is that it's all play. They're actually friends.
Yes, exactly. Spot on. I think
that is what Erika and Candace are. All this, we were meeting up, we were this. They were like, hey, Erika, how are you, mama? Was I a bit too harsh? I'm sorry. How are the children? How is everything? That's what this is.
So somebody was at Tucker Carlson's Christmas party, and he came out and he said, guess what? He said TPUSA people were there, and Candace Owens was there, and he said, guess what? They were all best friends. He said he was looking, he was like, wait, aren't you, and shouldn't y'all be? And he said people were looking at him like, oh, you don't know, you don't get it. Y'all get it? It's just a show. Like, it's all, like, to get people promoted and all that. Yeah. So her podcast, however many streams it has, she says she was #1 podcast before Charlie passed, whatever. I don't know, but now she's still, she's still going. And, but they're saying, like, yeah, that's, like, part of it, is these little feuds that are in the public eye. And it makes all of us fight. It makes all of us argue for no reason. I'm for Candace. I'm for Erika. So then we get against each other for no reason. Because they're behind the scenes like this. They're like this behind the scenes. Make it make sense.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think what's really disappointing for the people, and somebody said it, I watched Kim Iverson's show, and she said it. She said, this interview did Candace more harm at a time where, as a society, as a human race, we are so distrusting of the government. Candace almost showed herself as a beacon of truth that people could hang on to, whereas everybody was feeding us a lot of, unfortunately, BS rhetoric that we were just supposed to eat up. Candace seemed to be, championing for the truth, standing out. But unfortunately, what this is all shown, like you just perfectly said, is that they are all on the same team. Because some of the things that I had to question was, how is this woman so brazen? 4 kids in, and you're out here spewing this rhetoric, dangerously saying anything you want about anyone, knowing your friend was assassinated. I was thinking, the maths isn't mathing, because as any mother, you should be a little bit nervous, but she wasn't. And now, like you rightly said, Candace Owens, I think I first knew about Candace when I saw her having a debate, and it was always that she'd been saying lots of toxic anti-black things, so I never paid her any attention. For me, the first time I got involved was with the whole Brigitte Macron story. I definitely believe Brigitte is a man. But anyway, that's another story.
You have to finish it. They're asking the questions in the comment section. They're like, when are you going to get back to it? And I was like, we will when we finish with this. But Brigitte says, let me go have a lovely Christmas, please. Let me take my vitamins and then start with me in the new year. I'll be ready for you. Let me have a nice holiday, please.
Exactly. I think Brigitte, don't know if she's trying to recover the 1.5 million for that bounty she put on Candace.
I am telling you.
We don't know, but ultimately I think what we can see now with this whole thing is, and this is what makes me a bit sad about Candace, because I do believe that there is some truth in what Candace said, but we are now at a point where we are going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because now it's murky, and once you've made anything a bit murky, how can we trust anything in the water? It's all muddied now. You're just unfortunately part of the sullied crew, you know. Erika said
they brought me my case call logs, and that is why I said this was a productive meeting. There is no other way to say it. I asked every question, and they came with paperwork to show and to answer and to explain certain things. The one that surprised me the most about these call logs is I certainly feel that we were given the impression over and over and over again that the first person Mikey called was Erika, right? He called Erika. He didn't do that. Actually, the first person he called was his wife. He called Elizabeth McCoy. And then he stayed on the phone with his wife for 10 minutes. And during those 10 minutes, he 3-wayed Erika 3 minutes after the shot went off. And so that when he was recapping and he's like, oh, his lips quivering, and he's like, I got to call Erika. And he's like, and then I called my mom. That's not right. That's just not right. Okay. Mikey called Erika after Blake Neff ended that phone call with his mother. Now we have solid answers. And like I said, when you come out and give solid answers and you're not weird and calling people names and saying all this stuff, it allows people to go, okay, I feel a bit more like we can trust this process because we have communication. That's the reality.
They're disappointed. And that's what's sad, because I believe that it's not an outright lie for Candace. I believe that there are times when she really, and you can see her confidence. She's in her absolute element. It almost goes through her. You cannot doubt her, because she comes with the receipts, she comes with the logic, she comes with the reasoning. And you say to yourself, you know what? Wait 1 minute. I did feel that kind of way too. And I also say that with the Charlie Kirk. Let me also reiterate, there was a lot that she said about Charlie that I also said, you know what? The math is not mathing. It's not adding up. It was so quick. It was to cement a crime scene does not make sense. Nobody would do that. That is it. Just okay, for example, we're talking about, I think just a week now, that Rob Rayner has been assassinated by his son, needless to say. Can you imagine cementing the grounds of that home? They are still going through it with a fine-tooth comb. They're still of where Nick was, where the whole bathtub was bloodied, the bed sheets were bloodied, the bed sheets were on the windowsill, even his clothes would have to go for examination. And you go there now and then you cement a floor. That did not make sense. You had this old guy who was waving a flag back and forth. You had the entire rooftop where you had Tyler Robinson putting together a gun. Then he had the one shot. Then he took the time, had lunch, boiled pasta, dismantled the gun, made pasta, boiled pasta on the stove, and then from there he went off down the roof. He was on the campus, and security did not find him. Then he said, let me top off this wonderful day with some dessert and go and have some ice cream. What are you talking about?
All in a day's work.
All in a day's work. He's Superman. Even Batman couldn't do this without the assistance of Spider-Man. And we need Robin also to boot, to drive off. He did all of this by himself. He did all of this by himself. My God.
Exactly.
And then we had all of the information and the darts where they were circling and giving of information that was going all the way to Israel. They were questioning and putting in Tyler Robinson's name before the event took place. This is not a wedding where you give out invitations to the guests.
Exactly. Not to mention the books.
What's solid, as many YouTubers are out here, as many content creators are out here, Candace has a gift. She can speak very fast, very eloquently, without skipping a beat. And she oozes confidence, and she's backed with her receipts. That's not the Candace Owens who came back after a 4.5-hour meeting to come and be laughing and joking.
Okay, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely crazy. The amount of people who attacked me for sending out a tweet being like, hey, I'm good, I'm alive. We had a very productive conversation. And they were like, she got the call. She got the call. She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Well, Erika said, stop. And then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like... I felt name checked by the podcaster Candace Owens, this obvious setup, and then asking me to stop. And it's interesting to hear Erika say that the reason she didn't ask me to stop in the beginning because she was actually learning things from the show. She was actually learning things, and that I think she similarly felt that Bari Weiss was trying to create a moment. Obviously, it's who Bari Weiss is. It's the Zionist lobby. One piece of this where I still don't understand it. And the magic bullet. I said, one of the reasons why I really want to sit down is because I want to walk out of here and feel confident saying to my audience, hey, like, there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. And I said that. I want to hear why people feel so confident at Turning Point USA that Tyler Robinson is the guy. And at this point, they elected to call the lawyer. What I got from the lawyer did not make me feel that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. He spoke a very long time. I asked, can you share with me what it is? And I said, when you share this with me, I will not say what that thing is. If we want to protect the integrity of the case, I'm not going to, if you say, we've got the footage of him taking a shot, I promise I won't say that to the audience, but I will communicate to them that you have something that is solid. And no, to the exact contrary, this guy effectively said, not effectively, he said that they have nothing but the affidavit. Okay, so what we have seen is what they have. So with that in mind, I'm sitting here going, why are you signaling? Why do I feel like the public's being gaslit on this? There's been nothing that's convincing. There are so many commentators who have gone out and said to you, it's overwhelming. The evidence is overwhelming. The text messages that don't have a date, that don't even sound real, that's overwhelming. That to me feels really fake and gay. I really do want to say that to every commentator that is out there trying to tell the public and insisting that if you say it enough times it'll become real. You're actually just being dishonest.
She did not go straight to the meat and the potatoes. She didn't even have to do that. This should have been the negotiating table of which we're going to have this discussion has to be public. I speak to my people. My people are coming into this conversation. They're coming into this room via live stream.
Exactly.
If you don't want to do that, we are not doing this.
Exactly. Or even if she wanted to, even if she met halfway and said, you could edit it before we put it out.
That's exactly what I said. The edited version.
Exactly. Even if we saw the edited version, that would have been better than what she did. Now you're telling us secondhand and you're just dismissing crucial bits of information. Even Erika say, oh no. What I get from Candace, unfortunately, is there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of ego because one of the first things she came out and said was, I was very glad that they admitted that I was right, that Charlie did say he was fearful for his life, which initially Erika discounted. And she said, oh, the reason Erika discounted it was because she was looking in his iMessages. It turns out those messages were on his what's the other account? It's WhatsApp or Telegraph. It's okay, but someone in Turning Point had told you that, but they hadn't told Erika first. Like you rightly said, Candace, the reason we followed you is because you were not insulting our intelligence. You were asking the questions we were all asking, and now you're laughing in our faces. You're essentially spitting in our faces by giving us this rubbish rhetoric and expecting us to digest it and just say, oh, okay, that's what's happened.
4.5 hours later, I'm alive. I'm totally fine, and I'm sorry. I was going to do a show for you guys this evening, but I am truly exhausted. Very productive conversation. I asked every single question. I mean, from Egyptian planes to Turning Point USA Faith.
I'm alive, but I'm dead inside. I'm starting to think that this is all, it's a psychological operation, also known as a PSYOP. Erika Kirk, Candace Owens, 4.5 hours of meeting up. These two were supposedly going at each other's jugulars without even actually saying it, but now they're all buddy-buddy. They've each raked up millions of dollars off of the death of Charlie Kirk. And something tells me that maybe Candace Owens is a part of the Scottish Rite. And Erika Kirk too. We're being played, folks. Listen, if you believe Erika is shedding any real tears for Charlie, I got a story to sell you.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you.
No, but seriously, Candace Owens, Erika Kirk, what's going on here, folks? Now all these other podcasters that are talking shit about Candace Owens are like, oh, it's so cool to see them kiss and make up. Well, did it ever occur to you that maybe they never really were fighting to begin with? It's just all about making money. But hey, I'm a conspiracy theorist, right?
All the questions that we wanted asked, we wanted answered. I listened to that Candace thing and I thought, this is an hour of saying a whole load of nothing. Like you said, she should have got to the meat and potatoes instantly. Why was the scene covered up? Erika, how do you have Charlie's phone if this is an assault? Should that not be part of evidence that's collected in a crime scene? Like you said, we saw somebody up there that said they saw Tyler, or they saw someone up on that roof, but the shot did not come from there. What about that? Why are you guys not asking the questions that I'm asking? Why are you telling me to shut up? Can you not see that, if anything, I'm trying to defend? Those are all the questions people wanted to know. And what we now see, like you said, up until now, and I've been wondering, why are they allowing this woman to continue as she is? And I think now it's because it's a distraction. They don't mind it. They don't mind what she's doing. I almost feel like, actually, as long as they're all focused, there's 4 million eyes on that 1 hour segment within a day of being up. What else is going on? Because now that's what I'm thinking. When you're making all this noise over here, it's so that you can create or do something else in the background, and our focus is here while you're doing something over there. That's what this interview is now giving to me.
I tell you this, her comment section is going all the way off. With one of them, which I thought was so funny. This feels like how my goldfish died and my parents replaced it, thinking I would not notice. And that is why I understand why Candace's people feel betrayed.
Yes.
You betrayed us.
Yes.
We believed in you. We supported you blindly. And we thought that support, you would understand what that was.
Yeah.
That's why I hate to say that she grifted on this Charlie Kirk issue.
She did.
She went onto it, and it seems as if she looks for the big story, and like a bulldog, her teeth are sank into it, and a whole lot of people blindly believe. It's the way Trump said, you know, come to Capitol Hill, and they went.
Yeah.
Because they believed in him. But what he was saying was inaccurate.
Exactly.
It was wrong. People died that day.
Exactly. And it's the same, you know, that's a beautiful parallel that you've drawn there, because it's the same way. Because of Candace's conviction, because of the way she speaks from the heart, she reaches the people. She has, like you said, it's a gift. It's a gift to be that compassionate. And that's exactly what they also said about Martin Luther King in terms of why he was so powerful. And I do believe that Candace has that same level of power. But what's the saying? To whom much is given, much is required. She is abusing that power because...
And what happened is that when you start to manipulate people's beliefs in you, game over.
Exactly.
Game over. These same people can give you everything they've got.
Exactly.
They will give you nothing now.
Exactly.
And the comment section blew up. She had to come back because she has not received a backlash from her own people like this in a minute.
Candace Owens went live on IG tonight to answer more questions. Just to make sure that you guys don't feel like I'm not telling you something, ask me whatever it is that you want to ask me right now about the sit-down that happened. Like, there was no secrets. There was nothing that I'm keeping from you. She answered some important questions. I will let you guys ask me anything. I thought it was a very weird choice for her to do Barry. I did. I just was like, why would you do Barry Weiss? Kind of, the PR must know what the vibe is right now. Don't we all think it was weird when she went on Barry Weiss? Of how people are feeling about Israel. We all kind of feel like Israel has something to do with it. I mean, I definitely do now believe. Did you hear that? I mean, right away. I never thought they had anything to do with it until Bibi was doing the rounds. And so I felt like it was a weird choice to do that. But it's like, are you motivated because you want... The way she calls out the motivation. Because you want your Jewish owners to be happy, the same people that are pressuring Charlie. Yeah, I think that I had the same reaction to that everybody else had, and I was very clear about that. Like, that was my reaction is... She's literally responding to everyone who was doubting her. Do I think that she definitely knows some stuff that she's not telling? Obviously, she's not going to tell me everything that she knows.
As if that's not bad enough. Just last week, let me bring him up. Tim Pool. From their own camp. Did you listen to what he had to say?
Oh, I heard him rip Candace apart.
Alrighty.
Is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate. She is burning everything down. And she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy. And she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And you know, it's all lies, it's all hypocrisy, and it is for the purpose of making money, and she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie, she loved Charlie, and she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again, this conservative movement is fractured, it's fried, whatever it is. Okay? Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history, and thanks to the likes of the vile Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that don't want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace Owens?
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail of her piece today.
I'm done.
The idea that she'd imply that you had some benefit or that you benefit somehow. She
benefited. I think she's a Fed, and I think she killed Charlie. No one benefited more than her.
I had to put on my glasses to see that more clearly. Okay, so
that's what I'm trying to tell you, that out here in the streets is hot.
Here's the thing about that guy. So here's the thing. Now I've just learned what it means. I think he's a grifter. There are a couple of things. I watched that and something, it just irked my soul and spirit immensely. And I'll tell you why. This guy went after Candace. This guy also went after Kim Iverson. He told lies. I think he is the definition of a grifter. And whilst there is some truth in what he says about like the Republican Party are all imploding in on themselves, that is where I think his truth ends. I think there's something incredibly weak and pathetic about a man that will be that derogatory, that abusive about a woman. He said, I'm not being funny, Candace Owens and Carl Tuckerson are pretty much the same. Why is he not, he's had none of this vim or energy
because
from
Candace
men.
put him on her thumbnail. Candace put him on her thumbnail and said that he's probably one of those that's responsible for Charlie's passing.
She only did that because he spoke about her. What she did was in direct response to him putting out some word in verbiage about Candace. Listen, and here's another thing that we cannot forget. Candace has eyes on her, okay? And what he's trying to do is everybody wants a piece of that pie. Everybody wants a piece of that 4 million views in one day. He wanted some, so he jumped on a Candace train, did a podcast about Candace. She then retaliated. Quite rightly so. It's fair game. You spoke about me, so I'm going to respond. And if anything, she did him a favor. And now, I don't care what people say, and I'm a hero. Shut up. You're sat behind the screen. Giving it all the. Go out there and do something meaningful. Go and fight for your country, like you're all big, bad, and brave, sitting behind the screen doing all that. Come on, I did not buy this guy one bit. I think he is, and all that fake anger and fake conviction, and I'm putting my neck on the line. Then stop. Close your laptop. It's just that simple. It's not like you're in the war zone where you are literally fighting for your life. Close your laptop and it ends. So this guy's not a hero. I didn't believe him at all. But unfortunately, all he is doing is also, because the same way he's talking about, Candace is ruining the Republican, he's doing the same. He could be accused of the exact same. Now, you're a Republican, and what you're showing us is the infighting that if you were genuine, you should be doing behind the scenes.
Okay, so you've answered my question. That was why I kept quiet. You see, everything that you have said are 110% correct. I'm not siding Tim. What I'm saying is that the infighting, it's imploding.
Yes.
This is the first for us to see that even the children can't get along in the kindergarten. That's the point I'm trying to make. That 100%. If he did for her, she retaliated and doesn't matter. You're on the same side.
Yes.
That's what you fed us all this time. Now it's including. You want 4.5 million views. You want in on it. In on what? You're supposed to be on the same side.
Exactly. So now it's you're because if you cannot get along together, it's like someone said, if you cannot run your household, how can you run a country? We can't trust you.
That's why everything is falling apart. Because all of this is a big fat wrestling match. And we have paid tickets to come in and watch something that they've already planned.
Exactly.
That's in a nutshell. They have played them. They've played them, strung them along. At the end of the day, I don't follow Candace. I'm talking about her Candaces that have been following her, that truly believed in her, and it fell flat. Because what happened, Erika really just said, Candace, you take care of it. I don't have to have anything to say. She has left Candace to clean up this mess. Because Candace went so far with this that she was the one that has to come back now and explain to her followers, well, in actual fact, hey, we said this.
Exactly.
No. Why did you come with your team? Instead, you came with your cousin from the hood who listens to It's an insult.
What was the point of telling us that? I was thinking, what does this
because
mean?
she wanted to say we're from the hood. You know why? Because majority of her followers are white. Because the black Americans have been told Candace, you're not invited to the cookout. We're not mad at you. Trust and believe. Go ahead and do your own thing.
Which is okay.
Which is okay. Now, if you take the black out, she only got the white folk. The white folks have now said, Candace, you strung me along for 3 months. Somebody said, you know what? I need to go and play with the grass. I need to go and touch grass.
That's how I thought. I'm not going to lie. I need to go outside because I've been deep in this Candace rabbit hole.
As you very well know, I live in the country with the trees. I make it a point to drop Adrian off at school every day because I need to be outside. Because this will keep you here for a minute and a half. Before you know it's dark. It's not healthy for the mind. It's not healthy for the spirit. You need to go out, smell the flowers, look at the birds, and know that there's something above this. Candace's followers are cult followers, dedicated.
Exactly.
And they just feel that they've been played.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people who were disappointed after Candace came back from that 4.5-hour meeting. Also, don't mind my voice because I'm sick. But I stand on what I said, we got absolutely nothing. People tagged me in Candace's live afterward. Here's my thing and where it all starts falling apart. Candace asked Erika if she had Charlie's phone. Erika said no, they never took it. Okay, then explain this to me. Why is Erika the one saying the messages don't exist? She had no idea about them. Because Charlie did send messages that they were coming after him. So who denied that? Erika Kirk. Megan Kelly said Charlie had priests praying over him the night before. Also, let me ask the obvious question. If Charlie was separating himself from the pro-Izzy cause, why isn't Erika? Why is Candace questioning everything except that? Candace said on her live after the show that she never asked Erika about the autopsy. Why not? Erika is the only person who saw it. And here's the part that really did it for me. Someone asked Candace on the live stream if she had asked Erika about the crime scene being paved over in 48 hours. Her response was, nope, I forgot. You forgot to ask why the crime scene was paved over in 2 days. Meanwhile, she comes back on her show all smiling, giddy, and calm. I knew in my gut watching it something didn't feel right. Because none of this is adding up.
This was a bad call, Candace. You should have said, Erika, let's meet publicly or let this thing be recorded where you have your edit and we'll have our edit. You went in there, it's as smart as you. You went in to even this is being recorded. Even this is being recorded. What are you talking about?
Exactly. You know what's really bizarre? In this whole time, in spite of all of Candace's views and everything, I genuinely believed she was trying to get to the bottom. And there's still a part of me that wants to believe she's trying to get to the bottom, or she was trying to get to the bottom of her friend's killer. But let me tell you what definitely kind of smelt off when it was like, for the first time I thought, and that's where I definitely strongly agree with these grifter allegations. For the first time after it, it's like, oh, yes, I met with Erika. We had a 4.5-hour conversation. Tune in tomorrow to see. Now I'm just like, now you're just here for the fanfare. You're just here because you want the follow. And then by the end of everything, she leaves a little cliffhanger. Join in tomorrow. It's like, Candace, girlfriend, what is this about? Because they're accusing you of making a whole load of money. And now, unfortunately, you are fanning the flames of those accusations, because that should not be your end goal.
I don't understand how you have never spoken to Erika. It doesn't sit well with me. And because of that, I feel that this was an entire drift. She got away with it as much as she could. I believe that they were also and maybe somewhere in on it. I don't believe Erika, as well as I don't believe Candace in this particular situation. I don't. It was a drift, and she rode with it, like you rightly said. Maybe there was a distraction. Was there money given to Candace? Because Turning Point USA, they made 50 million in the last 3 months of his passing, because they are an institution pushing the politics to continue in that White House. Nobody can tell me any different. Now I know. Because of Charlie Kirk, solely because of Charlie Kirk, that's why Trump is in office.
Yeah, 100%. You said exactly. Once I went down that rabbit hole and started looking at who Charlie Kirk was, the power he wielded, the influence, they said it was the young demographic that
is the influence. Hence why we have all of this going on. Because right here in our face, this is about politics. That's why Tim Pool is so mad. Because Tim Pool was like, she is imploding the very thing that we have built.
Yes.
That's my question. Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's there you go. Candace does not have much wiggle room. She's not coming to the blacks. The blacks don't want her. We've been told you, step. So she has to stay where she is. And in so doing, this was a very bad oversight. There's a lot of showboat with a little bit of truth sprinkled on top of it. And I said it with the Meghan Markle saga. I said, Candace, you come to London and see how they treat you. And baby, you black. You will see. Exactly. What I'm saying is that we can agree to disagree. There are certain things I will agree with anybody, and there are things that I will not agree with because I have my own mind and I have my own way of operation. This right here, that going in with Erika, and right away I said, can't wait for the edited version. I said it on my last episode before this even came out. I don't have time to be listening to Candace for an hour and a half. I have a 7-year-old child and it's almost Christmas. So I said, you know what? Let me see what we're working with out here in these streets. And at the end of the day, it was a whole bunch of nothing. And it was in the comment section.
That's the hour of my life I'll never get back. A waste of time.
She's got 4 children. Have a good holiday and don't come back until you're sure about what you want to do and strategize. Because this right here backfired on you, Candace. Not even on Erika. Not even on
Erika's mute. She's letting Candace take every single bullet. And to be fair, Candace, like I said yesterday when we spoke, Candace is about to fall on her own sword. Okay? Because she did too much. She said too much. She got ahead of the game. We were with you when there was certain things that we were saying didn't add up. But when you started pointing fingers, that is such a loaded accusation to say those people of Turning Point were responsible. Like, come on, you didn't have any proof. Because first, we're all with you when you said let's investigate, but now you've started flat out accusing. So unfortunately,
she was denying straight to the face of Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, most of the time he looks at her Google-eyed. He's so in love with her. I do not know why he did not marry a woman of color. I really don't know, because the way
because he loved Meghan Markle, didn't he? And that's why he
loved Meghan Markle. He loves Candace, but this time around, I saw a different kind of Piers. Piers was like, Candace, no. That's what you said. You said that point USC. What are you talking about?
Why would he say that?
So
why was he so involved as somebody who's fighting a 97,000 front war?
Candace, I want to get to the reality of what you're actually saying. So when you say that somebody at Turning Point USA, Charlie's company, was complicit in his murder, who was?
I believe that there were multiple people at Turning Point who are, as I have said many times, my exact words are, they are engaged in a cover-up of what happened to Charlie on that day.
No, but who was involved in his murder?
I didn't say that they murdered Charlie.
You said that people at Turning Point were complicit in his murder.
No, my exact sentence that I said was that there were people at Turning Point who are engaged in a cover-up.
No, you didn't.
I believe
Sorry,
that
you didn't.
thoroughly.
Candace, you didn't say that. You said literally.
I did say that on my entire show.
You said there were people at Turning Point complicit in his murder.
Okay.
That's what you said.
When you and I were discussing, that's why I said, let's go back. I was applying the logic of a conspiracy to JFK. I said, okay, if JFK, you have people that are complicit. Of course, if you apply that logic, if there is a conspiracy, there's going to be multiple people that are going to be complicit by the time, in order for a large stage murder to happen.
You specifically said, you didn't say complicit in a cover-up. You said complicit in the murder. Because I said, who at Turning Point was involved in his murder? And
let me clarify for you. Okay, you can keep saying what I said, or you can listen to what I am saying.
Okay.
When I was using the analogy of JFK and we were connecting it, I was basically pushing back on you because you were suggesting that, all of these people being involved would be crazy. So I was applying the analogy of what happened to JFK. Well, you actually, if you go back and listen,
I don't know.
Suggesting that a conspiracy.
I said you don't know either. You're floating theories.
When we started talking about the JFK thing,
listen, let me make it clear.
Piers, I really think you're not holding on to your thoughts
Candace,
here correctly.
let me spell out my thought very clearly.
When we started talking about JFK, the implication that you were making was that it was crazy to suggest that multiple people could have been involved at different levels.
Candace.
I was then connecting the dots and saying that in order for the JFK assassination to happen, there had to have been tons of people that were complicit,
I understand.
right?
I heard what you said.
Maybe you're the person who takes the cameras down. Maybe you're the person that told him to drive that day. Maybe you're LBJ. So they're not all complicit in the murder, but they're all at different varying stages involved in the cover-up, right? So that's what a grand conspiracy actually is. And I do believe, so you don't have to go back and we don't have to go through it. I'm telling you what I think about Turning Point. You know, I am very known for being honest about what I believe. You're not, I'm not exactly a person that you got to pull teeth on.
Sure.
I believe that there are people at Turning Point who are engaged in covering up what happened on that day.
But were any of them engaged in the planning of the murder of Charlie Kirk?
I wouldn't know how it was planned. Absolutely, I can't make that. I cannot confidently make that statement. I can say confidently that I know they're engaged in the cover-up because I've been investigating what happened on that day and what transpired thereafter. I've been clear. I've named those people on my show. I've said they are engaged in a cover-up, and I've listed the lies. So you don't have to try to make something out of what I didn't say. I tell you what I think. It's already controversial. We don't need to get more controversial, okay? Do I think someone at Turning Point pulled the trigger? No. Obviously, I don't think someone at Turning Point pulled the trigger. We don't even know who did pull the trigger. So how can I say that they're...
Did anybody at Turning Point, in your opinion, know that Charlie Kirk was going to be murdered?
There is specifically 2 people at Turning Point USA, and I have communicated that information to Erika and Justin Strife, that I would not be surprised if they had foreknowledge of Charlie Kirk being assassinated.
But do you have any evidence?
I'm not going to name... I am not going to name those people, okay, because it's not right for me to name those people until I know for a fact that they did.
Did you give the names Did you give the names to Erika?
Yes, so I absolutely did.
You gave the names to Erika of 2 employees, current employees at Turning Point, who you believe were involved in the preparation for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Is that what you're saying?
I told them that if I were in your shoes, these would be 2 employees that I would look further into. That's
and what evidence do you have that they had any prior knowledge of the murder?
Because I don't have concrete evidence is the reason why I'm not naming them. So I've been responsible.
You've got no evidence,
not saying,
but you're telling the widow that these 2 people may have been involved in the murder. But you see the problem.
Well, the evidence for it is people that there is not concrete evidence. It's like you're trying to get me to say something that I never said and then asking me to defend it.
No, I'm asking what evidence you've got.
You're asking me privately, did I communicate to them that I think you should look further? That's called an investigation, Piers.
And for the first time, I saw Candace lose all confidence, going back and forth, dancing about as if she was in a ballroom. And I was like, Candace, what's wrong with you? And I said,
conviction we love her for was gone.
It was nowhere to be seen.
100%, yeah.
Okay, but pre the meeting with Erika, you repeatedly questioned why we weren't being told where Charlie Kirk is buried, or even if he has been buried yet. Did you get those answers?
You have the wrong commentator who questioned that. I think that was Milo Yiannopoulos.
You've never questioned, you've never asked where Charlie's buried?
Nope. I just communicated to the people that he had a Catholic funeral mass, because people were saying I was lying about him going to a Catholic church, which was another random attack that I had to endure. So I never said that people don't know where Charlie Kirk's buried. That's just the wrong commentator.
Do you know where he's been buried?
I actually genuinely never got to that question with Erika, but I do know where he's... I think the implication that Milo made, again, you'd have to ask him, was that he's not buried. I do know where there is a spot for him to be buried or to be held in a mausoleum. But I never, that's just, you have the wrong person on that.
Erika was emphatic in the CBS thing that she wanted you to stop with the conspiracy theories, or maybe you've got it all right and all of this stuff is true and it's all involving the Israelis and Egypt and Turning Point in a mass conspiracy with this young kid, Tyler Robinson, brought in, and they're all involved in this dramatic murder of Charlie Kirk. Maybe let's just assume for a moment you're 100% right. But she did tell you publicly before you met to stop. What's clear is you're not going to stop. So is she okay with you now continuing to talk about your theories, or does she still want you to stop?
Well, she didn't ask me to stop. If that's the question that you're asking, is throughout that meeting, did she say,
she did publicly, obviously. So your response to that is what?
I'm telling you that then we had a conversation And I was not asked throughout that conversation to stop. And to the contrary, I shared information that I had, and I got information from them.
Right.
That helps.
So
me
you will
to
carry on.
Focus.
You will carry on.
Yes.
With the theories.
Yes. Until I feel confident of who killed Charlie Kirk, I will not stop investigating this.
And Erika is okay with you doing that?
I don't know how many other ways to answer your question other than saying she did not ask me or request for me to stop in person. And when we spoke about that moment, she felt that Barry Weiss was being Barry Weiss.
And she made no request of you whatsoever, Erika Kirk, in 4.5 hours?
Request in what sense?
About how she would like you to conduct yourself about the murder of her husband going forward?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, she didn't make a request for me to conduct myself in any way.
And she expressed no concern about any of the theories that you've been
I
putting
think
out.
she probably knows me through the lens of her husband, so I don't know if that would be a thing that she would have done. But no, she did not. She did not ask me to conduct myself in any way. That seems to just be coming from the media of how I should conduct myself.
You're spot on. Like we said, even though some of the things, but it's just like Candace, you got too carried away. You got enthralled by Candace, if anything happens to me, don't call the police, call Candace. Oh, Candace for president. Candace is who I want. She got sucked into the machine. Yes. She believed the hype.
She believed the hype. Well, you see, she got played by them too, because you see the compliments she took to heart the same way her followers took to heart what she was saying, but they were only being cute with her. And when she played them, they were like, no, we said we love you, we didn't say we're stupid.
Exactly. And just as quickly as we say we love you, we will remove that love, and that's what she's going to say.
100%, because the thing is that the love is removed when you take advantage of us. Because you see, that's it. It's not reciprocated.
Exactly. If you loved us as much as,
then you would have played us.
Exactly. Even that putting yourself, my people love me. No, Candace, calm down, my love. This whole my people love me because we loved you because we thought you were telling the truth. And like you rightly said, the minute you start taking us for fools is the minute we have to step away. And see, you are part of this media circus as well. Because like you rightly said, it wouldn't surprise me. Give it another 15 years. Candace is going to be somewhere in office.
And that's why I said, this is politics.
Yeah.
You're right. This is politics. This is all about politics. That's it. It's politics.
Yeah.
I say, you know what, Fumi, are you in politics? No, not necessarily. No. I really like to do my, pop culture, makeup, beauty, fitness. You understand me? Bring out the bras for you guys, the shapewear and everything. That's where I'm strongest. Right here, But I really understand how this thing jumped off. And now they're imploding within one. And it has imploded. We will see how they're going to try and repair this. But this was a play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's that. It feels like we've lost another one to the. I'll use your famous saying, which you always said in the beginning: follow the money, and it looks like Candace has.
I give you all of your flowers. I live for you. I love you, my darling. I cannot wait for the next one to come up. And Fumi Nation, as well as Aretha Athletics, have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful Christmas if we don't get here before then. And we will speak to you. We'll speak to you sooner than later. Aretha, take us out, my darling.
Thank you so much, echoing everything Auntie Fumi said. Wishing you all an amazing Christmas and holiday period, and hope you get to spend it with all your loved ones. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Some of you might know when I started having my meet and greets, the first meet and greet that I ever had was at OPV Beauty's beauty salon. And I have loved their products. I have loved their brand ever since. Anyway, my darlings, we have for OPV Beauty your portable beauty stand where you can put all of your makeup and all of your stuff together. It's like a roll-on suitcase and it's the most beautiful color. It's a wonderful rose gold pink. So you just pick it up like this and you can just roll it out. It's so perfect when you're traveling. It's so perfect when you're going for your events and stuff. You just have it like so. Put it on a chair, you're good to go. So let us open it, and please do not forget, my darlings, to use my discount code. Oh, look at the sensationalism of it all. A mirror here, and then, my darlings, just look. It lifts out, and you have your makeup tray over here. Is this not gorgeous? Look at how fabulous this is. And then you have a tray here where you can put in all of your lipsticks. I am living and loving. You can put in your makeup brushes, and then look at this fabulous vanity brush of which you can use for your foundation and smooth it over. I really wanted to display it for you and see how it looks so that you guys can go to their website and get it. It was £600. It's now what? So you have to absolutely what? Go and get yours. All of my loves, my darlings, and I hope you enjoy your treat. Don't forget to use Fumi all across the website at OPV Beauty. Mwah. All of my love.
Guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking.
Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website, and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The two t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this. And just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well. Make it loose, loungy with your jeans. And then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here, in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier. Hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated. And I realized that for me, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life. because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream, because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below. And I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.